Rosalia canta Nuevo México. Tierra encantada, esa historia bañada, tan linda, tan bella, sin comparación. Te rindo homenaje, te rindo cariño, soldado valiente, te rinde su amor. Así es Nuevo México, así es la tierra del sol, de sierras fritales, de valles frutales. Así es Nuevo México, así es Nuevo México, así es la tierra del sol, de sierras y valles, de tierras frutales. Así es Nuevo México. What a beautiful song. And the lyrics in English are, my enchanted land, bathed with history, so pretty, so lovely without comparison. I surrender homage to you. I surrender tenderness. Valiant soldier, he surrenders his love to you. Thus is New Mexico. Thus is the land of the sun, of mountains, of valleys, of fertile soil. Thus is New Mexico. I am Rosalia Pacheco, de Aragon Pacheco, rather, and this is my son Estevan Pacheco. And this song, Así es Nuevo Mexico, is the official state song, the bilingual version. And so I'm so excited to be able to sing that today in this program, to share that with you, a part of New Mexico's history, which was written by Amadeo Lucero. And I don't know if you knew this, but Roberto Mondragón presented this in 1971 to the legislature of the state. And from then on, it's been our bilingual state song, or rather our Spanish language version of our state song. And we have the English version, which is O Fair New Mexico. So as I said, I'm Rosalia de Aragon Pacheco, and this is my son Estevan. He's a flamenco performer and a flamenco guitarist, and we both were born here in New Mexico, Nuevo Mexico, and our family for generations has lived here. And so Estevan shares the music of flamenco, but he also grew up with the music of New Mexico. And so we're working together for this program and to bring to you different songs that represent our beautiful state, many by people who are from here, and many songs that came, that traveled from afar with the people. And I grew up singing songs like the Alabados, which are songs sung by the Penitente Brotherhood here in Nuevo Mexico. I also grew up singing Las Posadas and participating in that reenactment with my family in Las Vegas, where I grew up. And then we brought it here to Albuquerque, and when my family moved here, we continue to celebrate Las Posadas to this day. And then I also sang in our church choir, many community choirs. I sang with the famous Antonia Podaca in our church choir. And I sang songs like corridos, which are narrative ballads. And I'll sing one of those in just a little while. And they help us to remember community events. So a lot of these songs tell us of our history here in our state, and they're a form of oral tradition. You may recognize me as La Llorona. I've done that for many years, presented for many years with the New Mexico Humanities Council. And so just as the cuentos or the stories like La Llorona have been passed on, so have the songs and the dances. So today we're going to bring to you a celebration of New Mexico music and dance. And this really changes based on the area of the state that we visit. And each of you bring a different history, different traditions, different music, different dances that are in your community and your family. And so we'll have a chance to share that as well. But before I go on to teaching you and talking about some songs and dances that you may be familiar with, I would like to make sure that you don't leave today without learning the chorus part, or the refrán of the Así es Nuevo Mexico. So are you ready to try it with me? Okay, ándale. I'll sing first, and then you repeat after me, okay? Ready? Así es Nuevo México. Now you. Así es Nuevo México. Así es la tierra del sol. Now you. Así es la tierra del sol. Good. De sierras y valles, now tierras y valles, de tierras frutales, de tierras frutales. Así es Nuevo México. Así es Nuevo México. Yay! Now you can go back and you can pass that on for generations to come, so that they're able to sing this beautiful song with that represents our state of New Mexico. I'd also like to take you on another journey through New Mexico. Some of these songs have been here for from generation to generation, and scholars try to understand where these songs came from. And some of them have maybe the name of the author or have a specific date, like corridos, but some songs don't. And so as you see, this is not a concert. This is a way for you to participate. So you're going to hopefully learn some of these songs and dances. And I'd like to start with Paseo del Norte, or Paso del Norte, rather. And we are familiar with Paseo del Norte here in Albuquerque, but Paso del Norte, this song is believed to have been written by people who were traveling from Juarez into New Mexico as they crossed the border, or as they crossed, it wasn't the border at that time, but as they crossed into this area, and as early as 1840. And so during the Works Progress Administration, the community was really revived to gather together to celebrate and perform songs like this. And then also these songs were transcribed. So Paso del Norte was transcribed during that time, and it is recognized as a corrido, or a narrative ballad, as I mentioned. And this version was sung by Mr. and Mrs. Lotzema. They were from Doña Ana in New Mexico. You're probably familiar with Doña Ana County. And so Doña Ana is right on the borders of, or nearby, Las Cruces. And so this story tells about, it's a story of a person who's departing, traveling to New Mexico, or traveling to this area on the Paso del Norte, and they are leaving their parents behind, their familia behind, and they wonder if they'll ever see them again. And so this is a verse from that song that I'd like to share with you. So now we're going to sing one verse of Paso del Norte. Paso del Norte, que lejos te vas quedando. Puerto lucido, de ti me voy asentando. Allá mis padres en mí están acordando. Solo Dios sabe si a verlos si volveré. So there are two other verses that are recognized in this version, and so maybe I'll get to sing them to you in the future, and you can also learn it. So now we're going to transition on to La Varsoviana, which is one of the dances that is still danced here today in New Mexico. And many believe that it came from Europe. It could have come in the 1860s. There's a story that many scholars believe, or have researched, and they believe that it may have come with the wife of Napoleon, believe it or not, Napoleon III, who is Empress Eugene. And it said that this was one of her favorite dances, and she loved to dance this. And then also the wife, Carlota, of Archduke Maximilian, loved this song, according to some scholars. And so this may have come back, or come here to this area, to Mexico, when they lived there under French rule in the 1860s. So who knows? But this song, La Varsoviana, also means the girl from Warsaw, and we know that Warsaw is in Poland, so this is a Polish folk song. So I'd like to dance a little bit of it for you and to teach you the first part. There are two parts to this song, and so I'll dance the first part, and it's very easy, and I'll go ahead and tell you the directions at the same time while I dance it, okay? Skip, step, step, skip, step, step, skip, step, step, turn. Skip, step, step, skip, step, step, skip, step, step, turn. Just like that, and then you just repeat it. So you ready to try that with me? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Skip, step, step, skip, step, step, skip, step, step, turn. Skip, step, step, skip, step, step, skip, step, step, turn. Very easy. It's simple as that. That's part A. And then usually this is dance, of course, with partners. And so the partners hold each other's arms and then they turn around with as partners. And the men stand in one line and the women stand in the other line. So maybe in the future we can go through that and we can practice that together. So I'd like to share another song that is really near and dear to my heart. And this is another song that was transcribed during the time of the WPA period. And it is said to have been, here in New Mexico, a favorite song here in this area. And it talks about La Ladera, which means mountain slope. There are a lot of mountain slopes here in Nuevo Mexico. So that seems very, I'm sure that's very true. So because a lot of the music talked about the landscape, just like in Así es Nuevo Mexico, as I shared with you. So this song describes a girl named Rosita, and she lived in this little village in this blue house, and she lived there, and it talks about her having a garden and her name, and that this person is hoping to be able to talk with Rosita or meet Rosita. And this is really special to me because the protagonist is a woman. It is Rosita. My mom happens to be named Rosa, and my name's Rosalia. My daughter's name's Rosalinda. But the funny thing is my mom grew up in La Ladera, just out of Tomé, there in that area here in New Mexico. And so my mom was born in 1949, so this can't be about her because it had to have been written way prior to that, because this was transcribed in the 1940s and had already been sung for quite some time. So I'd like to sing one verse of this beautiful song, and it also reminds us of the value of mothers and of women in the community and passing on down dances and songs, and so many of these songs are about women like Rosita. Okay, so now I will sing one verse of La Ladera for you. Hay al pie de la ladera una casita azulita. Hay al pie de la ladera una muchacha bonita con jardín y rededera que se llama la Rosita, que en el tarde allí me espera para decirme una cosita. So as you can see, this is a beautiful song. There are two other verses that are recorded in this collection. And so there are so many songs here in Nuevo Mexico that speak of the people, that speak of the community, that speak of the beautiful landscape, and also of hardships that people endured, of the battles, and as with corridos that I can share with you in the future. There are many other dances and valses, dances that were written for particular communities, like a dance which is a redondo called Chimayo that I can share with you in the future, and many other songs that are part of our rich culture and heritage. So thank you so much for joining us on this journey through New Mexico music, and we hope to be able to share a lot more with you.